How's it going, bros? My name is Night Dwarf, and welcome back. It's been a while since I actually made a video. I already pre-recorded the other ones and putting them. I'm finally putting them up, but I'm really glad you guys are seeing them. Please let me know if I could do anything, this or that, change to something little, or announce it better on my wording, or just read better altogether. Remember, this is an experience for both of us, so I want this to be nice, clean, and wet. Just playing with you on the last one. As always, I hope you guys brought some muffins because it's going to be an enjoyable read for you and me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And Facebook page / Stephen Larson. Playing. But check them out, they're pretty good. Anyway, to the story. Ba-da-da-da. That's what I'm afraid of, Octavia grumbled under her breath. Vanity led her through the greasy kitchen and up a very narrow wooden staircase to the second floor, where the waiter was waiting in the dining room, which, like everything else in the building, was narrow, compact, covered in a layer of grime, and contained only the most inexpensive, bare bones furniture possible. On one side of the room was a small elevator shaft used for carrying plates of food to the dining room from the kitchen. Vanity chose a table at the front of the room, with her back against a dirty obstacle window that looked down on the street. Octavia recently took a seat opposite her as the waiter handed them their menus. "Hey, can we get some fortune cookies while we wait?" Vanity requested. "No fortune cookies," the waiter said bluntly in a heavy accent. Oh, sorry guys. Gesturing a sign which had a long list of items that wasn't allowed, with fortune cookies placed primarily at the bottom. Ordinary genuine Cantonese food. "No fortune cookies?" the DJ replied, looking dismayed at the news that the waiter placed 2 mugs and a steaming pot of tea on their table before leaving to serve a large, chatty group of ponies sitting in the room. "Well, if I must, I suppose." Here I am. We're sitting on uncomfortably chairs, and are being served by some pony who barely speaks equestrian. I'm guessing that's English. And an equestrian with highly questionable standards of hygiene. "And your main concern is whether they have fortune cookies?" Octavia said interruptedly. I like fortune cookies," Vanity shrugged, scanning the menu. That's more. I didn't know what half of this stuff is. What's more, I didn't know what half of this stuff is. The clients complained, looking at the more. Goddammit. Sorry guys. The cellist complained, looking at her menu. "Well, just ask the waiter. It's made from." Sorry guys. "Well, just ask the waiter what it's made from." The white mare shrugged, frowning as she tried to choose from one of the many items on the menu. Octavia glanced up at the waiter, who was currently in the middle of a loud verbal discussion over the check with a line ion Langma on the other side of the room. I'll just have some noodles, she said nervously, before serving herself a cup of tea. She inhaled the aroma before taking a delicate sip. It was a green tea. Not the best she had ever tasted, but not too bad either. You ready? The waiter asked, returning to their table. Ah, heck. I can't decide, Vanelli grumbled. Can't we just get one of each of these? She asked, running a hoof along the entire section of the menu labeled dim sum. Sorry guys. The waiter nodded and took their menus while Octavia raised an eyebrow at her friend. One of each item? She asked suspiciously. Don't worry, I got the tab. I've got the tab. Oh well, Vanelli declared. The food here is so cheap. That wasn't really what I... Oh, forget it. Octavia murmured, looking away. She noticed a poster attached to the wall that had step-by-step instructions on how to rescue a choking victim, complete with diagrams. What? I've never seen that in a restaurant. Damn. She hoped neither of them would require this information by the time the meal was over. Dear God. Hey, Octi, Vanelli said quietly, her voice suddenly sounding much more serious, casting the gray mare to look over at her attentively. I don't want to alarm you, but I think we're being followed. Like always. Shout! Huh? Octavia replied, suddenly tensing up and not drawing to turn around, lest she gave herself away. But who would be following us? Just wait here. We haven't done anything yet, she whispered urgently. I don't know, but she's definitely following us, the DJ answered in a grim tone. Orange pony, big poofy mane. She just walked. That is kind of... That's right. She just walked in and sat down on the other side of the room. Octavia realized that she had assumed Vanelli had been looking at her, but with her goggles, she was perfectly staring past her shoulder at the mysterious pony. And I know I saw her in the hotel lobby and walking behind us down the street. And what are the odds that the pony staying at such a fine hotel would come to a rundown restaurant like this? The cellist said with a knowing smile. So, that's why you came in here? What? Vanelli replied, sounding confused. No. I came in here because I wanted to try this place out! Exclamation point. She answered cheerfully. Ha ha ha! Octavia could only respond with a blank stare. As it turned out, the food was actually quite good, providing far better than the humble, again squalled, seemed all too apt a term for the cellist. Atmosphere suggestions? No. But Octavia couldn't focus on the taste with her mind occupied by the mare sitting behind her. They had ordered far too much food for two ponies, but they gave them an excuse to linger and sample dishes. Vanelli asked the group of ponies sitting nearby if they wanted any of their food, which led to some loud and upbeat conversation, mostly about music and where the good nightclubs and San Fernando were. All this time, the strange mare was still sitting there. Octavia had managed to get a good look at her for a second. The mare had a pale yellowish coat with a brilliant orange orange mare that was done up in curls. On her flank was the cutie mark depriving a turo of carrots. Anywhoozles. Eventually the two mares got up to leave, paying their tabs as Finale watched the group of ponies. Well, the orange mare had a newspaper over her face as they walked past on their way downstairs. The DJ cheerfully thanked the cooks as they left, exiting back onto the crowded streets. Is she still behind us? Octavia whispered as they paused for a second to look at one of the many shops lining the street. Yep, Vanelli answered. Oh, so she is following us. Dun 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 dun. Discreetly glanced back. We can probably lose her in this crowd, the cellist suggested. Yeah, but then she might just wait for us at the hotel. If she was in the lobby, she might not know which room are ours. I say we make it out back before she can, Vanelli said with a grin. Follow me. The two made their way back down the street, pushing through the crowd. Eventually, they reached the ordinary gate they had passed through earlier. A cable car on its way uphill stopped in the middle of the intersection, letting the number of ponies off as a few more climbed on. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Vanelli began, slowly making her way down the sidewalk. When I say so, we're gonna jump on the cable car and get on the running board. Ready? Octavia nodded, giving a sidewalk glance to see that the orange mare was in fact still following them. She glanced over at the cable car, watching as the operator took a few coins from the new passengers before returning to the middle of the vehicle, gripping a large lever in the mouth and pulling it back with a large clank. Now! Vanelli burst, dashing for the car just as it's starting to move again. Octavia was hot on her heels as she managed to leap onto the running board and grab a hold of one of the ponies along the side of the vehicle with her forehooves, clutching it as the cable car suddenly angled steeply uphill, nearly throwing her off balance. She clung to the pole, watching as they quickly passed carriages merely inches away from where she was now standing. I don't know if I have time, so just... So says the pony who puts herself in danger all the time, the DJ chortled. Yeah. I'm training for that. Yeah. But this is a vehicle meant for the safe transportation of ponies. This is madness. Despite the apparent madness, they made it up the Cobb Hill without incident, getting off very instructionally in the case of Octavia. Just a block away from a Marmont Hotel. Oh, sorry guys. I'm just gonna have to stop it there. See you guys next time. Bye.